on Good Morning Northwest. Tragedy on the U of I campus. 4 students dead, another in the hospital. The new information we're learning and the questions we're hoping to be answered.
And it is a much colder start this morning, and there's more changes to come in your First Alert forecast.
And this morning, a week after the midterms, there is news to report in a couple of important races. Who picked up the wins just ahead? You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning and thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, November 15th. Mark Peterson under the weather. Matt Gray filling in with your First Alert forecast.
Oh, and it is a cold start this morning, especially on the West Plains. We're down to 16 degrees now around Spokane. A little bit warmer in Coeur d'Alene, but still quite a few areas in the teens out there in 20s. It is, well, a little bit colder than it's been for the last couple of days. It's actually the coldest we've seen since about Friday, and it is foggy as well. We've had some fog. It looks like it's rolled in off the West Plains, and it's now sitting right over downtown. We could barely see the Spokane Arena if you're just getting up this morning. Likely going to run into a fog bank or two if you are getting out the door shortly. Now, I don't expect this fog to last incredibly long. In fact, by the time we get towards 8, 9 o'clock, I expect it already to be lifting off the ground and eventually starting to fade away as we warm up out of the teens and into the 20s as we head towards 9 o'clock. And so the end of your morning is going to be nice and sunny for the vast majority of us around the inland Northwest. Here's that fog and low clouds elsewhere. A lot going on across central Washington and into some of our valleys, into the northern panhandle. It's going to stay foggy in the mornings for the next couple of mornings, but after that, some changes. In fact, there's quite a few changes we're watching in your extended outlook. That's coming up.
Well, we continue following breaking news out of Moscow, where it is still not clear who killed 4 University of Idaho students or why.
The Moscow Police Department is only saying it is investigating the deaths as homicides. Sydney Charles is here now with what else we've learned.
Well, Derek, so we have been tracking this story with the team coverage since Sunday, and there are still more questions than answers as of right now from the police department. From the Breaking Now desk, the 4 students were found dead on Sunday right next to the University of Idaho. Police searched the area inside and outside 1122 Queen Road on Monday. Law enforcement is still looking for evidence and a suspect. Releasing little information has those in the area asking questions.
We have the details of sort of what caused the police to think it was a homicide. Then I'm still not entirely sure about it.
According to CNN, Moscow's police department has declined to characterize the deaths as violent. But the Latah County coroner told the New York Times that the deaths were not a case of murder-suicide. The coroner also told the Times she plans to conduct autopsies starting tomorrow. As of right now, we are still waiting for Moscow police to release the official cause of death or any information about the suspect. And there's still a lot of grief, a lot of tragedy around this event. So coming up in 30 minutes, I'll break that all down and what some students and other staff members are feeling right now.
Yeah, it's a really, really difficult time on campus, for sure. Sydney, thank you. Well, now to the other shooting on a college campus this week. Students and staff gathered at a church on the University of Virginia campus to mourn the loss of 3 members of the school's football team who were shot and killed on Sunday. A former member of the team, 22-year-old Christopher Darnell Jones Jr., is now in custody, accused of killing the 3 students as they returned from a field trip. 2 other students were wounded. The shooting launched an intense manhunt that included a building-by-building search. The university's president said they do not have a full understanding of the shooter's motive. The UVA president identified the victims, all 3 current members of the UVA football team. Jones had previously been on the football team, but had not been a part of the team for at least a year. Classes and other academic activities have been canceled again today.
A fatal fire in Browns Addition this weekend has firefighters issuing a warning for the holidays. The woman died at the scene of an apartment fire on the corner of West Pacific and South Spruce. The fire started at the back of the apartment building. Now, while the cause of this fire is unknown, the fire marshal says cooking is one of the most common fire hazards and people need to be especially cautious as Thanksgiving approaches.
If you're cooking or sauteing or braising or doing active cooking on the stove and you get a phone call or something, make sure you turn the burner off or take what you're cooking off the burner until you can get your attention back to the stove.
Smoke detectors should be checked monthly and the battery inside should be replaced every year.
Well, 1 week after Americans cast their final ballots, new results this morning from the midterm election. ABC News now projecting a winner in that down-to-the-wire Arizona governor race. Also, new wins for Republicans, notching them even closer to a House majority. ABC's Justin Finch is in Washington, D.C. with the latest.
Good morning. ABC News is projecting Democrat Katie Hobbs as Arizona's governor-elect, defeating Republican Kari Lake, a 2020 election denier who earned the backing of former President Trump, who could be now just hours from announcing his own re-election campaign today.
Thank you.
In Arizona, a razor-thin race for governor now called. ABC News projecting Democrat Katie Hobbs as the winner. Hobbs tweeting that democracy is worth the wait. Her opponent, Kari Lake, tweeting Arizonans no BS when they see it. ABC News estimating Republicans are ahead of Democrats in the race to a 218-seat House majority. Across the Capitol, Democrats have secured Senate control with wins in Arizona and Nevada.
The reason we won, and they know it, the candidates know it, is we focused on things that matter to everyday Americans.
Both parties now eager to win Georgia's December runoff Senate race between incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker. ABC's David Muir interviewing former Vice President Pence ahead of former President Trump's likely 2024 announcement today. The former VP refusing to say if he believes Trump should serve again as president.
David, I think that's up to the American people.
With Trump's 2024 re-election launch widely expected today, calls are growing for him to delay that announcement, with the Georgia Senate runoff looming and the underperformance of Trump-backed candidates. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Highway 41 at the I-90 overpass near Post Falls will be closed one more night tonight to allow for the demolition of a portion of the eastbound bridge over the highway. It closed last night at 8. Will close again tonight at 8, but both of these days are reopened by 5 o'clock in the morning. The on and off ramps at exit 7 will remain open with detours onto Mullen and Celtice Way. Our time is 6:07.
All right, we're going to send things back over to Matt Gray, who's in for Mark Peterson. And yeah, that's a big difference from just this morning from yesterday.
It is a huge difference, and it's all because we had clear skies overnight, and boy, those temperatures dropped. In fact, they dropped enough now that we've got some pretty thick fog around the inland northwest. We'll talk about the fog. We'll talk about, I think, a pretty nice looking afternoon coming up in your forecast, and how long the chilly weather is going to continue to stick around. Seems like we've been in this forever. That's coming up.
And we'll soon be hearing these bells and seeing these red kettles in and around Spokane this week. We're talking all about the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign.
And a billionaire's company is laying off thousands of workers. Coming up, his advice for people going through tough economic times. Do you think he's out of touch? Well, see the story just ahead.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Set your targets on winning cash at Chewelah Casino. Earn entries now playing your favorite games with your Sun Club card. You can earn bonus entries Saturdays in November. Chewelah Casino's Bucks Fever cash drawings are Saturday, November 26th. Starting at 6 p.m., you could win your share of $8,000 cash and Sun Club prizes. It pays to play at Chewelah Casino. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
What if the people of Spokane decided to completely end domestic violence? What if we committed to the idea that all of our neighbors deserve a safe home? What if we said no more fear? Working together, we will make the dream a reality. Learn the signs, get educated, make a difference. Visit endtheviolencespokane.org. Spokane will end the violence.
Let the countdown begin. Santa Claus is back for River Park Square's holiday kickoff Friday, November 18th at 6 p.m. Presented by STCU. The family fun continues Saturday afternoon at the Merry and Magical Holiday Parade with a special appearance by Jolly Old St. Nick. Reserve a time for photos and discover all you need to plan an unforgettable season at riverparksquare.com.
With holidays right around the corner, Ironstone Furniture and Fire is offering discounts on all in-stock dining sets, along with simplicity, indulgence, and endless possibilities. So, when you're looking for dining at its best, visit Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Kelly's All New.
That's you, girl.
Awful.
Weekdays at 4.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping met for 3 hours in Bali at the G20 summit, their first face-to-face meeting since President Biden took office.
At the meeting, Xi told Biden the U.S.-China relationship isn't meeting the world's expectations. After the meeting, Biden told the press he did not think there was any imminent attempt by China to invade Taiwan, something he said the U.S. has a commitment to oppose. China and the U.S. have agreed to keep lines of communication open between top officials.
NASA is moving forward with the Artemis 1 moon mission after the rocket was recently plagued with leaks and damage from Hurricane Nicole. Liftoff is now set for tonight. The uncrewed Orion spacecraft, expected to travel a 25-day journey to the moon's orbit and back, is set to blast off just after 10 p.m. Pacific time.
Jay Leno is recovering from burns in a gasoline fire. The comedian and car enthusiast told Variety magazine he was working on a vehicle in his garage when it burst into flames. Leno told the magazine he's okay and needs a week or two to recover. He's reportedly being treated at a burn center in Los Angeles.
Looks like a pretty foggy start and a cold start around the inland Northwest. Definitely want the gloves and the extra layer, at least for the first few hours of the day. Enjoy the sunshine, though, later on. And it looks like the end of the cold could be in sight. That's coming up.
Well, Seattle-based Amazon plans to lay off thousands of employees as early as this week, in addition to a hiring freeze that's already in place. This is all in the face of uncertain economic conditions. Founder Jeff Bezos is ranked as the 4th wealthiest person in the world, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Bezos says he plans to give away the majority of his fortune during his lifetime. But here's his advice on how to survive economic hardship.
If you're an individual and you're thinking about buying a new, large screen TV, maybe slow that down, keep that cash, see what happens. Same thing with a refrigerator or a new car or whatever.
Interesting advice for people being laid off by his company. Tech layoffs are at an all-time high in Seattle, and economic analysts say there are probably even more cuts to come.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be well received.
Yeah,
oh, boy.
I know.
Here's your pink slip, and don't buy your big screen.
Yeah. Good Morning Northwest. Time is now 6:13.
You could own a piece of movie history. Ralphie's family's iconic house from The Christmas Story is up for sale. Do you get that leg lamp with it? The story coming up a little later.
And nothing says Christmas quite like seeing the Salvation Army Red Kettles and hearing those bells ringing. Destiny Richards is helping kick off the Red Kettle season right after the break.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wendell Motors.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
What do you get when ice cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
It's the second week to save with Bi-Mart's latest member-exclusive savings book. Posted now at bimart.com, you'll find 16 pages of store-wide savings packed full of everything you need for the holidays. Save on beverages, holiday meal prep, baking essentials, and more. In-store and online, these savings last through Tuesday, November 22nd. Our employee owners bring you more Christmas savings and value every day. Bi-Mart, where your membership matters.
Come back to the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. Presented by Hallmark Channel. Millions have made this their must-see holiday event of the season. Friday, November 25th, Spokane Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketswest.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestras, the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO, and more.
The floor covering heroes at Carpet Barn are here to save you from dull, boring floors. Carpet Barn has LVP on sale for only $1.99 a foot. Plus, you can choose from 3 colors to freshen up the look of any room in the house. LVP is waterproof, pet-proof, and kid-proof. That's a great value. Right now, LVP is only $1.99 a foot. Special financing is available with this offer. See all our special offers at both Carpet Barn locations. Don't miss the $1.99 sale at Carpet Barn.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about 2? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
Welcome back. Keep an eye out for red kettles and an ear open for those ringing bells this week.
Local businesses will help the Salvation Army of Spokane with its Red Kettle campaign to support local children and families this holiday season. Destiny Richards is live at Washington Trust Bank downtown with details on the 5th annual Red Kettle kickoff, and this is a corporate kickoff.
It is. That means that local businesses in our community are going to be taking part. They are going to be manning these red kettles and ringing the bells in our community. We are here with Major Ken Preen. For those waking up with us this morning, tell us what the Red Kettle campaign is all about.
You know, the Red Kettle campaign is about our community. It's about helping the folks in our community to move forward in life, and we raise funds every year to really help fund all the programs that we're doing. So it's just an amazing event. It's interactive, right? So the folks going into the store, they can give money to us, and then we're able to help people again move forward in life. So it's just a wonderful fundraising event for us.
Yeah, and on the Red Kettle, I didn't notice this before, but you have all of the programs the Salvation Army does that this goes towards: Sally's House, the food bank, Camp Gifford. So things all year round that you guys do.
Right. So this supports us year round for the Salvation Army, not just at Christmas time, but it does support our major Christmas efforts, like for Thanksgiving, which is not Christmas, and also for Christmas, for our Christmas toys and Christmas food. You know, last year we gave out 4.5 million pounds of food. Oh, wow. And so some of this money goes towards those events too.
Yeah, and I feel like this is really a big time. We've been talking about it with inflation at the grocery stores. Those food banks are really helping families out. And we'll talk a little bit more about the different ways that you can donate. When you see these red kettles, it doesn't just take cash and coin to give. You can do it other ways as well. So we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up later this hour. Live in downtown Spokane, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
All right, Destiny, thank you very much. Hey, here is your live look. Boy, that fog did really roll in and socked us in. No fog on my way to work. No fog when we started this newscast even.
This all seems to be like in the last, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour maybe?
Yeah, really it is. And it's just you cool down just enough, and then whatever moisture's there, pop, there it goes. And that's what we're seeing in downtown Spokane right now. Not going to last too terribly long, but it is here to hang out. Not sure what's going on at the Coeur d'Alene Airport, but this is, we got to check the quality control there. It is foggy, but I do not believe it is snowing there. Been checking some of the highway cams nearby. But man, it is chilly and foggy. Visibility around the Rathdrum Prairie is very, very low, so take it easy there. And Spokane not doing a whole lot better, although we're seeing a lot of places where the fog has lifted at least a little bit off the ground, and so it is just low cloud cover. Places like Bonners Ferry and Omak. Limited visibility this morning as well in the Met-Howe Valley. With chilly fog, you'll need the ice scraper to blast the defrost again this morning. Look at our temperatures. We're down to 10 now in Deer Park, 11 in Meade. Spirit Lake pretty chilly as well, but it looks like we just popped offline here. 17 in Spokane International. International. Cheney's down to 14 this morning, and we're 18 in downtown Spokane. So we are going to warm up pretty quickly, and that'll help the fog dissipate fairly quickly as well. We are expected to see a lot more sunshine than the past couple of days, and that is what we're going to see at least through the first part of the afternoon. Likely some building cloud cover in the late afternoon and early in the evening as we see a bit of a weather change coming up for tomorrow. But in the meantime, enjoy that little bit of extra sun and those above freezing temperatures all the way up to 39 today in Pullman, 40 in St. Mary's, and middle and upper 30s around the Spokane Metro. So that is going to feel pretty good, especially with a little bit of sunshine. 20s again for this evening, and building cloud cover, part of the change that we are about to see, which will include a little bit of chances for mountain snow as some moisture tracks in, and that'll be much warmer temperatures tonight in the low 20s for most of us. So we'll get back to some warmer conditions after a very chilly start this morning. A little bit of mountain snow for Wednesday, especially particularly Wednesday night. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll show you where we can see it dusting down in the valleys, and another change coming up for next week, where I put on the snow icon.
Oh boy.
Might be a chance for a little bit of light snow as we get into a more active pattern next week for holiday travel. So something to watch over the next few days.
Yeah, just in time for everybody to hit the road.
Yes, just in time, because it just
And
has to be
airports.
that way.
Right.
Of course. It is now 6:21. He was fired for refusing to comply with the state's COVID vaccine mandate. Why former WSU football coach Nick Rolovich is now suing the university and the governor.
And after one of the most dazzling rookie seasons in recent memory, Julio Rodriguez winning the Rookie of the Year award was basically a foregone conclusion. We'll recap his amazing year next.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Have you had your furnace checked out this year? Now's the time to get our best deal. We have certified technicians available this week to get a safety tune-up for only $99.
324-7884 Spokane Comfort Systems.
This is it, the moment you've been waiting for. Game day. No, game days. More than you can count. And at Turf Club Sportsbook, we've got all the action with real sports betting, wall-to-wall HDTVs, and luxury seating. Just off the casino floor at Northern Quest, so you can bet, watch, and win on every game day. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer, only at Northern Quest.
When weather hits, the Good Morning Northwest team is ready.
Slippery morning drive. 20 school districts either closed or delayed.
The snow is continuing to fall.
Getting you prepared on Good Morning Northwest. That's what we mean when we say, expect more.
What inspires you? Imagine the possibilities at Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery. Bring your vision to us.
Shop online or schedule a one-on-one showroom appointment to discover stunning products from brands like Electrolux and the best selection of lighting at build.com/Ferguson.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com denominated. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Rugged, capable off-road travel, adept at towing heavy loads, the completely redesigned Nissan Pathfinder has all the features buyers are looking for in a full-size SUV. Check these features: seating up to 8 with easy access third row, cabin noise reduction, super smooth 9-speed transmission, towing up to 6,000 pounds with 284 horsepower, classy upscale design, and two-tone style. There's lots more with this Pathfinder. Find out at Coeur d'Alene Nissan, just off Highway 95.
Are you afraid your furnace won't last much longer? Does it make weird noises? Don't wait. We have certified technicians available this week for our $99 safety tune-up special.
324-7884 Spokane Comfort Systems.
Last month, the Seattle Mariners broke their 21-year playoff drought, and on Monday, the young sensation who helped get them there was recognized as the best in his class, as Julio Rodriguez was named the American League Rookie of the Year. And just a short while ago on Monday afternoon, he found out the news surrounded by his friends and family. Just look what it means to a 21-year-old kid from the Dominican Republic. It was almost a unanimous decision as he received 29 of the 31st place votes. And the numbers on the season, well, they back it up to say the least. He finishes with a .284 batting average, .509 slugging percentage, with 28 home runs and 25 stolen bases and 25 doubles, becoming just the third player under the age of 21 since 1990 to do so. Rodriguez also becomes the 5th Mariner player to win Rookie of the Year, with Kyle Lewis being the last in 2020. And on top of all that, well, Julio signed a nice little extension with Seattle that could pay him up to $470 million. And Gonzaga's Ivan Ejim was named the WCC Player of the Week after helping the Bulldogs to a couple of wins to open up the season. That junior averaged 19 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 3 steals during that stretch, and matched her career high of 22 points along the way against Long Beach State on Thursday. The team will now travel out to Laramie to take on Wyoming Tuesday night, as they have never lost to the Cowgirls in program history.
Just more than a year after he was fired for not getting a mandated vaccine, former Washington State football coach Nick Rolovich is suing his former employer. Rolovich was fired with cause last year, which means the university did not have to pay him the rest of his $2 million contract. Now Rolovich says the university violated his religious freedom. He also named athletic director Pat Chun and Governor Jay Inslee in this lawsuit.
All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26 on the dot.
As we go to a commercial break, check out our first look at what's coming up on GMA beginning at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's T-minus 9 days to the biggest meal of the year. So how can you keep your Thanksgiving budget in check?
Everything is more expensive. Feed is more expensive. Labor is more expensive. All the inputs are more expensive. So that obviously is going to translate into a more expensive turkey.
Costs are up nearly 17% compared to last year for the holiday's biggest staple, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But there is a silver lining at the checkout counter. Price tags are actually shrinking a little for some of those items or ingredients that may be on your Thanksgiving menu, at least compared to last month.
The closer we get to Thanksgiving, the cheaper the prices are going to be.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we have more expert money-saving tips, plus we're taking you live to a turkey farm. With your GMA First Look, I'm Matt Rivers, ABC News, New York.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save, save, save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
My name is Angela, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. Things weren't feeling right for quite a while, and then things really went downhill. I had kidney cancer, and it had progressed where it metastasized to my lungs.
So Angela came to Summit Cancer Center for treatment because she could stay at home and she had the best treatment that was being offered in the big cities.
Dr. Chandre said to me, "You're so lucky because we have a treatment for you."
I had recommended participation in a clinical trial that we had at Summit.
My body seemed to be extremely receptive to this type of clinical studies.
She participated in the trial, did extremely well, and got into remission. All of her cancer is gone.
And so I'm a success. It's awesome.
Contact us today to learn more about the state-of-the-art immune therapy clinical trials available here in the Inland Northwest.
Say hello to Lauren Graham.
I have a little niece who's 2 years old. Unfortunately, we've taught her the word margarita. She's like, margarita, ta, ta, ta. That's how you sound after drinking several. Next, Kelly.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country's Christmas Cash giveaway. Just listen at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 4 p.m. We'll give away $500 Christmas cash every Friday afternoon. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story track of the stories people are talking about this morning.
The first vote on codifying same-sex marriage could come as soon as tomorrow, according to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. A bipartisan group of senators has been working on legislation to protect marriage equality and says the bill has the votes needed to pass. At least 10 Senate votes from Republicans would be required to overcome the filibuster.
The world's population is set to hit a huge milestone today, 8 billion people. The UN predicts birth rates will start to slow down. The increase from 7 to 8 billion people took just 12 years. They say we won't have 9 billion people on the planet until 2037. The UN also says the nations with the highest population growth globally are those with the lowest income per capita, which most of which are in sub-Saharan Africa. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Tuesday, November the 15th. Matt Gray is in for Mark Peterson this morning. And Matt, not only are you going to feel the chill, you're going to see that thick fog.
Yeah, you certainly are. And if your car was anything like mine this morning, it's going to look like a popsicle as well. So take that little bit of extra time for the commute through the fog and for the ice scraping and popping on the defroster as well this morning. Fog getting progressively thicker around the Rathdrum Prairie and up into northern portions of Kootenai County. We're also seeing fog right along the river bottom here through the Spokane River Valley in Washington and down through the Tum Tum area. In downtown Spokane, we are seeing quite a bit of fog this morning, down to 18 in downtown, and in Liberty Lake, we're down to the teens now. That's new. 18 for Hayden, 13 right now in Spirit Lake, 10 degrees in Deer Park. It is a chilly, chilly morning in the north ends of both of our counties. Cheney also down to 14. Here's a broader view of where we're seeing fog and low cloud cover from Coeur d'Alene all the way north into Bonners Ferry, and lots of fog and clouds from Moses Lake all the way up to the Canada border up the Okanagan River. So a little bit of cloud cover, definitely colder temperatures overall than what we've seen for the past couple of mornings. So take that extra layer out. You are going to feel that chill, but it is going to warm up and sun up pretty quickly. Your afternoon forecast, I've got that for you coming up.
Developing from the Breaking Now desk, the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students on the minds of many people this morning. Students at the university are reeling, and parents are stunned and picking up their children and taking them home. Take a look at your screen here. These are the students police found dead in a home near the University of Idaho campus. Madison Mogen, Kaylee Concalves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, all of them have close ties to North Idaho. Police tell us there's no threat to the community, but haven't said anything about tracking a suspect. At the home where the students were killed, a bouquet of flowers rests on a rock right at the front. Joanna Perez was among the students who dropped off a bouquet yesterday and a teddy bear at one of the memorials.
Ethan was his name. I had RSTM, and he was in the same college program as me, so he was like kind of in some of my classes, and some of my friends knew him, so just kind of hit close.
An official release from the U of I President's Office asked that employees be flexible and work with students that want to return home to be with family. The mayor of Moscow says the situation right now is complicated. He says they're waiting for confirmation from the coroner's office on the cause of death and that there's no ongoing threat to the community.
Around looking at the timeline when things happened, it turns out that this is a one-time event at one particular location. This does not carry on to the larger community.
Again, there is no suspect in custody at this moment. Anyone with information about the case has been asked to call 208-883-7127. Right now, a vigil is set for tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m. on the admin lawn at the university. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thank you. New here on Good Morning Northwest, Seattle students are mourning the shooting death of their classmate last week and taking action. Students walked out of Ingram High School yesterday morning for a moment of silence on the football field, then joined hundreds of students across the district at a rally at City Hall in downtown. Many students say armed police officers on campus make them feel unsafe, so they're fighting for more mental health resources to help prevent another tragedy.
We need one therapist per 200 kids that represents the diversity of our schools and our communities. Kids do not regularly kill kids!
Rallygoers marched through downtown calling for stricter gun control laws and for King County to host gun buyback events to get more weapons off the streets. Students rallied at the same spot back in June after the school massacre in Uvalde, Texas. They say they're tired of demanding change from state and local leaders with no action.
Over the weekend, Democrats clinched 2 Senate seats in Arizona and Nevada, solidifying control of the Senate. Control of the House is still up for grabs. 16 races remain outstanding. Republicans only need 3 seats to win control. But before the election, many Republicans were predicting they would gain a huge majority in the House and recapture the Senate in a so-called red wave. Many in the GOP, like Maryland's governor, are now pointing some fingers.
I think it's basically the 3rd election in a row that Donald Trump has cost us the race.
At least 30 of President Trump's hand-picked candidates lost, including several high-profile election deniers. 2002 was the last election that the opposition party did not make major gains, and that midterm followed 9/11. Soon, children all over the world will start writing letters to Santa, and with your help, those letters could be answered. The post office is looking for some volunteers to help.
Yeah, volunteers choose a letter and then purchase the gift the writer asked for and send it to them anonymously. The program is called Operation Santa, and it's existed for more than 100 years. You can register to be a Secret Santa at the website that's shown on your screen right now. That's USPSOperationSanta.com.
It is iconic. Can't be missed. Just look for the leg lamp in the window. Ralphie's House from A Christmas Story is up for sale outside of Cleveland. The home where the 1983 movie was actually filmed includes a museum, detached garage, and 1939 Ford LaFrance fire truck. The current owner paid $150,000 for it in 2004 from an eBay listing. The asking price has not been disclosed, but a local realtor expects it to be pretty significant. Not just this property, but like I think a total of 7 properties right around there are up for sale with this.
I want to know what it costs because I'd like to buy it. Don't tell my wife, though.
She's not a fan.
And by the way, A Christmas Story Christmas drops on HBO Max on Friday, so that's Ralphie as an adult now,
Yeah.
the same actor.
Oh, boy.
So it'd be interesting to see how that is.
Oh, boy.
Can't compare to the original, though. No way. It's now 6:37.
I think one of us needs a bunny suit this morning, though.
Oh, goodness. You know, maybe the cold and the fog might make you say fudge. That's right. That's right. Okay,
Just don't say the queen mother of all
That's
dirty
right.
words.
I'm going to stop right there. Look at that fog. It is going to be a chilly, foggy start to your day. We'll show you what the rest of your Tuesday has in store coming up.
And being a new parent comes with a lot of new worries, but did you know you can be diagnosed with postpartum anxiety? How to recognize the symptoms and what a doctor says you can do about it next.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Danzas de Vida, Dancing with Life, Mexican Mask Exhibition at the MAC. See a selection of over 50 traditional and contemporary dance masks with dance regalia and videos of the artists, dancers, and performances going on now.
My grandfather, Doug Parker, started Parker almost 40 years ago, just a real small dealership with about 30 employees.
The people at Parker that make this place unique are hardworking, they know their jobs, and they're driven.
We have a lot of employees that have been here a long time, and I think that just ties into everything. Our culture, how we treat employees. We're always trying to become better people, become a better business, better community partner. It's our job to provide the best experience for every single person that walks in that door.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
Not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that.
Meet your local essential workers.
What I like about the UFCW 3000 is for the benefits that make our lives better.
They make sure that we have secured pension and retirement.
I can work part-time and still maintain my health care coverage.
I don't see myself going anywhere else because of UFCW 3000 benefits and wages.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Support local essential workers who live in and support our community. Go to ufcw3000.org to learn more.
Danzas de Vida, Dancing with Life, Mexican Mask Exhibition at the MAC. See a selection of over 50 traditional and contemporary dance masks with dance regalia and videos of the artists, dancers, and performances going on now.
All right, welcome back. Washington emergency rooms have reached capacity, and health officials are calling on the community to help slow the spread. Providence Sacred Heart Hospital says its emergency room is taking the brunt of this surge, and it's over capacity. It's pulled in a reserve area at the adult hospital to extend care to more children. The hospital says 50% of pediatric patients are coming in with respiratory illnesses, and most of them are RSV. They want to make it clear, if you have a child who's truly sick, bring them to the emergency room, but don't make the ER your first stop. Be sure to check with your child's primary doctor first.
Probably a step behind the west side of the state, so we are definitely in surge, but we are just building to the level that they're being described on the west side, which means it's coming. It's not that we're going to get away from it.
We also checked with Kootenai Health, and most beds in its pediatric unit are full. Hospital leaders saw a huge spike there over the last week.
All right, your 10-second takeaway in your weather. Grab that extra layer. It is much chillier than it's been the past couple of mornings. You get to enjoy some sunshine, though, as a reward later today. And is the end of the cold in sight? We'll talk about that in your extended forecast coming up.
Chances are you have heard about postpartum depression, but postpartum anxiety also affects many new parents. It can have a big impact on families who are trying to bond with their babies. Dr. Lauren Osborne says there are several types of postpartum anxiety disorders, including generalized anxiety disorders, or GAD. Symptoms can include excessive worrying, nausea, muscle tension, or difficulty sleeping.
If the symptoms that you're having impair your ability to function, meaning your ability to take care of yourself, your ability to take care of the baby, your ability to have relationships with other people or perform your work, that's when it's impairing. That's when it becomes on the level of a disorder.
For some new parents, generalized anxiety disorder might not surface for weeks or even months after the baby's born. Treatments can include behavioral therapy or antidepressants. It is now 6:42.
All right, Desmond Richards is live with Salvation Army for the kickoff of the Red Kettle campaign.
That's right. So many different red kettles are going to be around the Spokane area these next couple of days. We'll talk about where you'll find them and the different ways that you can donate when you see one.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
I'm just saying, super fan here.
A showstopper of a sous chef, Billy Porter.
Look at how good I am, Rachel.
As Rach teaches him a classic, Mixed Rachel.
Watch Rachel today at 3 and 4 News Now at 5.
I seem to be having a problem with my heat. It seems to be making this sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. At Mainstream Heating and Cooling, we speak your language.
For people who love their vehicles, there's only one name on their holiday list: WeatherTech. Laser-measured floor liners that fit perfectly in the front and rear. Seat protector to guard against spills and messes. Cargo liner, bump step, and no-drill mud flaps to protect the exterior. And Cup Phone keeps phones secure and handy. Shop for everyone on your list with American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
It's time. Time to set your eyes free. Free from limitations in your vision. Free from glasses and contacts. Free to see your best and be your best. It's time to smile. Smile is state-of-the-art laser vision correction, or LVC for short. Smile is easy on the eyes. It's bladeless, flapless, and effortless.
Contact Empire Eye Physicians today to learn more about Smile, the new alternative to LASIK.
For over 25 years, Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been your choice for the best in floor covering for your home or business. Let Fairway Floor's professional design staff help choose your favorite floor from major brands such as Shaw, Mohawk, Mannington, and Armstrong. From remodels to new construction, let Fairway Floor help you dream it, design it, live it. Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet, North Idaho's premier flooring store. Come in and see it for yourself.
'Tis the season for a holiday shopping tradition. Custer's 46th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Join us as 250 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Get creative with your holiday shopping at Custer's Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
It is now 6:45. The Salvation Army of Spokane's Red Kettle campaign starts this week with the help of local businesses.
You might see them at your local grocery store, maybe in downtown Spokane, and you, of course, are encouraged to give what you can for local children to have a Merry Christmas. Our Destiny Richards is live at Washington Trust Bank downtown to tell us the different ways that you can donate.
Yeah, more than likely today, tomorrow, and Thursday, you are going to walk around maybe to your local grocery store here on the streets of downtown Spokane, see a red kettle and want to give, but oh no, you don't have cash or coin in your pocket. That is okay. You can always donate to the QR code that's on the back right here, or you can go online to the Salvation Army's website where all the local businesses participating will have places where you can donate that way. And someone who is not immune or not, I guess, new to contributing to the Salvation Army, Brian Winkler with the William Winkler Company. All right, in Spokane. Tell us about just what it means to you to contribute to the Salvation Army. You've done several projects for them, for their Sally's House, different things like that. What does it mean to be able to give to this organization that's in turn helping local families?
Well, we're just so fortunate. Spokane has blessed us over the years, and the Salvation Army does great work with the vulnerable people of Spokane, and close to 600 people stayed in their shelters last night alone, and we're just so fortunate that we can give back and help out. And I would encourage everybody in and around Spokane to contribute to the Red Kettles this year. Thank you.
Right. And of course, this is the corporate kickoff, so lots of local businesses that are participating and starting this great cause for the holiday season. It's obviously the season of giving. And go to our website, kxy.com, for that list of locations today, Wednesday, and Thursday, so you can figure out where you can go to donate to those red kettles. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Destiny, thank you so much. And now you are taking a look at a socked-in downtown Spokane. Yeah, this is like, I believe, across the street from us, and we can barely see it.
We're not sure, 100%. Where is it? And Matt, so this hopefully will burn off at some point soon.
Yeah, I do think this is not going to be an all-day situation. We had clear skies that helped us drop down to be pretty chilly this morning. We're in the teens. Look at that, 17 right now in Spokane, 18 in Coeur d'Alene. But you notice the fog is a little bit more lifted off of the ground in the Coeur d'Alene area, so just give it a few hours, and I think we'll end up with some much nicer and sunnier conditions, but it is chilly out in the teens for the first time in a couple of mornings around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Lots of teens and 20s were places where we've seen some thicker cloud cover throughout the night. So I expect us, at least by the late morning, to break out into some sunshine, and we'll have a pretty nice looking afternoon. Mid-30s, we get to enjoy more sun than we've seen here in a couple of days, and middle and upper 30s for many of us, even some 40s in places like St. Mary's, close to 40s on the Palouse, and 44 in Lewiston. So colder this morning, more sun today. Chance for a little bit of mountain snow coming into Wednesday before more changes are on the way for next week. A lot of activity out in the Pacific, and some of that moisture coming around, headed in our direction. So a cloudier night tonight, warmer temperatures. This cold front going to help reinforce some of the chilly air that's been around here, and it is going to bring some snow over to Montana, and even some mountain snow to our passes in Idaho, and even a few little dusting sprinkles of showers. It's not sprinkles, but flurries. So, yeah, keep an eye. Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry might end up with a little dusting here as we're waking up on Thursday morning, Wednesday night into Thursday. That's the time I'm going to be watching for the potential for some snow that's outside of the mountains. Otherwise, mostly mountain snow, not a major snow event by any means. Back to the teens as we head through Thursday into Friday, and then warming up again with a chance for more active weather as we head into your travel week of Thanksgiving. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Meanwhile, your Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is coming up right after this.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Get exactly what you want. Wendell Ford is ready to help you find that vehicle you've been wanting to buy. Built for you. F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Mach-E, and Maverick. Here's how it works. Make a list of options you want. Wendell will work with you on financing to fit your budget. And then we will order the vehicle of your dreams or select from current inventory. Get exactly what you want. Built for you. Wendell Ford at the Y. Drive for generations.
The Christmas holiday season is upon us, and the Plant Farm is ready to put your home decorations on display. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is ready to bring home, making your lights twinkle brighter and decorations dazzle. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is the coziness that brings families together and the symbol of hope and giving for the holidays. The annual Plant Farm Poinsettia tours are November 11, 12, 18, and 19. Book your spot at plant-farm.com today.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
The floor covering heroes at Carpet Barn are here to save you from dull, boring floors. Carpet Barn has LVP on sale for only $1.99 a foot. Plus, you can choose from 3 colors to freshen up the look of any room in the house. LVP is waterproof, pet-proof, and kid-proof. That's a great value. Right now, LVP is only $1.99 a foot. Special financing is available with this offer. See all our special offers at both Carpet Barn locations. Don't miss the $1.99 sale at Carpet Barn.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Just about 6:53. Let's get you up to speed with everything you need to know for your Tuesday here in the morning sprint.
Destiny Richards is live with details on the 5th annual Red Kettle Corporate Kickoff.
Matt Gray here telling us about an extra chilly morning as you head out the door.
But let's get right to Sydney Charles with the latest updates on the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students.
Robin, those 4 students were found dead on Sunday right next to the University of Idaho. Police searched the area inside and outside 1122 Queen Road on Monday. Right now, we're waiting for the Moscow police to release anything about the suspect or cause of death. But a vigil is set for tomorrow on campus. So these are the students police found dead. All of them have close ties to North Idaho. Police tell us there's no threat to the community, but haven't said anything about tracking a suspect. According to CNN, Moscow's police captain has declined to characterize the deaths as violent. But the Latah County coroner told the New York Times that the deaths were not a case of murder-suicide. The coroner also told the Times she plans to conduct autopsies tomorrow.
And it is a chilly morning around the inland Northwest, a little foggy as well in the teens. We are going to get to above freezing today, and we'll see a little bit more sunshine than the past couple of days. That is going to feel pretty darn good. Cloudier tonight, and that means some warmer temperatures, only down into the 20s. Even though it's going to be a little bit milder than today, still well below average for the next few days in your weather.
A fatal fire in Browns Addition this weekend has firefighters issuing a warning for the holidays. The woman died at the scene of an apartment fire on the corner of West Pacific and South Spruce. The fire started at the back of the apartment, and while the cause of this fire is not known, the fire marshal says cooking is one of the most common fire hazards, and people need to be especially cautious as Thanksgiving approaches.
Highway 41 at the I-90 overpass near Post Falls will be closed one more night tonight to allow for the demolition of a portion of the eastbound bridge over the highway. It closed last night at 8 and will close again tonight and then reopen by 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. The on and off ramps at exit 7 will remain open with detours onto Mullen and Celtice Way.
Seattle students are mourning the shooting death of their classmate last week and now taking action. Students walked out of Ingram High School yesterday morning for a moment of silence on the football field, then joined hundreds of students across the district at a rally at City Hall in downtown. Many students say armed police officers on campus make them feel unsafe, so they're fighting for more mental health resources to help prevent another tragedy.
Over the weekend, Democrats solidified control of the Senate. Control of the House is still up for grabs. 16 races remain outstanding. Republicans only need 3 of those seats to win control, though. But before the election, many Republicans were predicting they would gain a huge majority in the House and recapture the Senate in a so-called red wave. Coverage on the midterm results will continue after we're done here on Good Morning America.
Washington emergency rooms have reached capacity. Providence Sacred Heart Hospital says its emergency room is taking the brunt of the surge and it is over capacity. The hospital says 50% of pediatric patients are coming in with respiratory illnesses. Most of them are RSV. They want to make it clear if you have a child who is truly sick, be sure to check with your child's primary doctor before bringing them to the ER.
And we've been live this morning with the Salvation Army of Spokane talking all about their Red Kettle campaign. This is the 5th annual corporate Red Kettle kickoff, which means local businesses will be ringing the bells and manning the red kettles all across Spokane and outside the Spokane area. You'll see them downtown as well as at different local grocery stores. We have a list of the locations for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. You can go to our website, KXLY.com, for all of those and more information on different ways you can donate.
Well, soon, children all over the world will start writing letters to Santa, and with your help, those letters could be answered. The post office is looking for volunteers to help. You choose a letter, then purchase the gift the writer asked for and send it to them anonymously. The program is called Operation Santa. This has existed for more than 100 years. You can just go to USPSOperationSanta.com to sign up.
40 states have now agreed to settle an investigation over Google's location tracking for more than $390 million. The investigation started when an Associated Press report in 2018 showed that Google kept information on where people had been, even if they disabled that on their phone.
6 airlines, including Frontier, have now agreed to refund more than $600 million to travelers whose trips were changed or canceled during the pandemic. The Department of Transportation also fining the airlines $7 million.
And coming up on Good Morning America, new details on the deadly campus shooting at the University of Virginia, with the suspect set to face a judge. We're back with a final check of weather with Matt Gray after this. And yeah, there's your live look. Lots of fog. We'll be right back.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
There are many different ways that Numerica gives back. Financial education is my way of giving back to the community by being able to help members in branch and getting the opportunity to go out into schools and teach kids about how to put themselves in a better position financially.
When weather hits, the Good Morning Northwest team is ready.
Slippery morning drive. 20 school districts either closed or delayed.
The snow is continuing to fall.
Getting you prepared on Good Morning Northwest. That's what we mean when we say, expect more.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.99% financing or $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, unlock your code to claim an additional $500 Chevy Cyber Cash. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
It's a little piece soupy in downtown Spokane this morning as the fog has settled in. It's not like this everywhere, and it's not going to be like this all day, but it is going to take a little while for that fog to start to lift and clear. When it does, I expect us to end up with some sunshine, some decent sun for the afternoon, and temperatures above freezing. As we head into Wednesday, a chance for some mountain snow, maybe a flurry or two in the North Idaho Panhandle, and then back into the freezer for a couple more days before some changes heading into next week.
We don't want to go back in the freezer. We don't want to go back in the freezer.
I'm sorry.
That's not what you want to hear right now. All right. Thank you so much for being with us here this morning. Good Morning America starts now. We'll be back with updates throughout